Welcome back to Experience the Podcast. You know what I mean? I'm Kountry K, and I got my boy on this joint right now. Let him introduce himself. You know what I mean?
Haha, what's up, man? My shit just turned off again. I'm about to slide over there.
All right, no, let me adjust. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Shoot, my name is Tristan, aka TVision. Got the vision, you know. I feel like I'm just a multifaceted executive, entrepreneur. You know, I like to call myself an entrepreneur, but you know, everybody has their own definition.
I mean, all right. So look, the easiest way to put it, to have one umbrella. Are you making money doing what you're doing?
Facts, yes I am.
Entrepreneur. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Making money what I'm doing, you know, on both ends, through whether it's you know, through marketing, through community outreach, through, you know, actual service that I have. I feel like I live a different lifestyle sometimes when it comes to just the industry, as far as like the entertainment industry versus like what you would call, I guess, the blue collar industry.
Yeah.
Because my pops grew up, you know, basically being an entrepreneur himself. Like, since as long as I've been alive, he always had his own businesses, always started different things.
Shout out Mr. Troy.
Yeah, shout out my pops. Troy, you already know. But yeah, man, just living, just learning things and experiencing life has just brought me to this strange duality where I'm like living in the entertainment world, but I'm also living in the blue collar world where I'm dealing with office people, 9 to 5, you know, 9 to 5 people. But at the same time, there's a lot of that in the music industry too that people either don't see or don't acknowledge. But that goes on in the music industry.
No,
also,
for sure. So. Is that like you'd rather be behind the scenes, or would you just be in the producing realm?
Yeah, behind the scenes for sure. Like, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, doing PR and stuff like that is like kind of natural to me, just because I'm a people person.
Yeah.
But really, as far as like the music industry, I have no goals to be a, you know what I'm saying, a famous rapper, singer, or anything like that. So I'm just trying to help my friends make the moves and reach the accolades that they want to reach, you know?
I feel that.
That's it.
Shit, man. Because you've been doing it for a while, bro. Like, when we was in school, whatever, you was telling us about it, like the introduction.
Yeah.
I mean, I get tired tongue. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, like,
10,
bro,
10, 9,
it was a while. You was like, I'm finna build a studio at my pop's house and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, you know what I mean? I didn't know you was into music like that, you know what I mean? Because it's like, football. That's all we knew. Like, football and you was in the weight room all the time with Rome.
Man.
Like, bro, I thought you was, you know what I mean, football all the time, bro. And it's funny, like, just seeing things, like, even when we watch football during that time period and they just highlighting NFL players, like, doing other stuff. Like, Jonathan, what's his name? He used to be the running back for the Panthers.
I don't know why I want to say Stewart. I know it's not right.
It is Stewart.
Is it?
Yeah, Stewart. I'm pretty sure it's Stewart.
I know who you're talking about, though.
Yeah, you did like basically the same shit, the music shit and all that shit.
Yeah. There's been a couple NFL players that actually hopped over into music, like Cole Beasley dropped the album. I know Eric. Yeah, he dropped the album. Arian Foster.
That's
Arian
right.
Foster dropped the album.
Hey, but he had bars, though. Bobby Fino kind of going up. Like,
Fino. That's what his name was. Bobby Fino.
That's a different one though.
He nice.
Yeah.
Who else? Dude from the Steelers. Not Juju. Nah, he not even on the Steelers. I don't think. Antonio Brown. Somebody from the Steelers. Running back, was it Le'Veon Bell? I think it was Le'Veon Bell. I think he dropped.
That's new for me.
A couple records too. Yeah.
That's new for me.
Yeah. No, I like that. That it's like and it's not just in sports either. Like the whole, I feel like maybe it's just America. You know, we don't really, we don't be outside America. You know, we in our bubble. But
yeah,
I feel like a lot of people are understanding now that you don't have to be what you do. I feel like our parents, you know, the generation before us, it was like, if you're a doctor, you're a doctor. That's all you do. You can't be a doctor and sell shoes on the side. Like, that's not okay type of thing. But nowadays, it's just like social media, the internet in general, just opened the world up for everybody to be like, you know, I don't have to only You know what I'm saying? I don't have to only sell cars. I can do this. I can do that. I like to paint. I like to draw. I like to record music.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I like to take pictures. Like, you can literally do anything today, and I think that's big for somebody like me, especially who grew up like thinking like, or at least being told that like, go to school, go to college, do this, right? And then I'm like, well, shoot, if I'm doing that, I'm gonna play football. And then that was the mentality, was like, if you play football, that's what you are. You're a football player. Like, nothing else. And then all of a sudden my mind just got opened up to like these other things. I'm like, dang, I want to do that too. And I caught myself like not even thinking about football. I'll be on the field like not even paying attention to what we doing, because I'm thinking about music shit, or I'm thinking about what I, art or whatever it is.
That is a fucking fact, bro. I just went through that same shit this season. Literally the same exact shit you just said.
That's why I told myself, like, I gotta get out of here. I'm now at that point. I was taking up somebody else's spot that could have really. I mean, they might really be in that thing.
Yeah.
So I had to like really be honest with myself and be like, what do you want to do with this? Where do you want to go with this? Are you really on the track that you want to be on, or if you gotta make life decisions.
That's a fact.
Hey, but it's.
Hey, cheers to retirement.
Hey, right? Hey, and I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't look back, really. Your boy Jesse, he be trying to get me out there, but
he's trying to get me to stay. It was I told him I'm done. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm done, bro.
Keep trying.
Yeah, no. Like I said, I had a few games, bro. Our playbook is simple as hell. Mm-hmm. Well, it was simple as hell, and bro,
he made it complicated.
I honestly, I spaced a bunch of times going in the wrong hole, just thinking about other things, just like you're saying. Like, bro, I used to be plotting out episodes and like piecing together videos in my head on the field. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, I get it, bro. I completely understand.
And you catch us. The way I was looked at it was like when I caught myself like not even being focused on what I was telling myself. Yeah. And telling people, my family, everybody that I was focused on. Mm. It's like, all right, now I'm not really being true to who I am, which is obviously I'm having second thoughts about what I'm doing here. Maybe I need to reevaluate. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, yeah.
And that's all it was, really. Just self-reflection, understanding yourself and who you want to grow as. You know what I'm saying? Or have growth, what areas you want to have growth in.
I feel that. So what's the ultimate goal? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to own your own company?
I mean, I mean, I want to own multiple companies for sure. Right now, I'm part owner of one, basically full owner of another, and I got slipping my mind right now, but basically an agreement with the third company to actually provide services for them. So, I mean, I don't really. It's crazy when to have a goal. Like, you have little goals along the way. Mm-hmm. At least in my journey, I've had little goals that I've learned to like try to space out to where I can accomplish them and build on it. Because you could say, oh, my goal is to have multi-million-dollar selling artists under my belt, to say this is part of these projects I helped put together, I helped grow, and this is what it became. But I mean, that's kind of like everybody's dream. So if you're in that industry, you want to have a record that makes moves, or that goes, whatever it is. Yeah. But for me personally, like, I just want to help people in the community. I just want to help people around and maybe inspire somebody else that is in a lane that I'm not in to do that, or to go after their dream, however it is. Yeah. And just keep going, because that's really all we've been doing, is just keep going. You trip, you slip, you fall, you get up, you run up, you keep going. You know what I mean? That's all it is.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I don't really. I mean, as far as having like an ultimate goal, other than financial freedom, to just be able to invest in what I want to invest in and not have to worry about the day-to-day, the same thing that most of us go through, is definitely a goal. But you gotta live the marathon, right? Just every day.
Just keep going.
Yeah, that's all you can do, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you get caught up in your own circle, your own space.
Yeah.
You might lose track of what you really.
You lose track of time. Yeah.
What you really want, what you're really doing in the first place. If all you keep thinking about is like, oh, I'm trying to say, I want to have $1 million. I want to have $1 million. I want to have $1 million. But then you know, you lose all that energy, all that growth in between if you just hit the lottery. Now you got $1 million, you don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
But if you had to make 100,000 and then you lost 50, and then you learned how to make 200, and then you lost 80, and then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you passing those levels.
Yeah. You get it's different. It's a different experience versus just getting that first wop. You know what I'm saying? Getting that whole wop. It's different. That's why I get it. I get what you're saying.
It's just a process, and if you don't do that process, then when you are at your goal, you might not be there very long.
That's true.
Those dive quick.
No, for sure. Those experiences does create longevity. I get that. Shit, man. I don't know, bro. It's just. I don't know. Fuck, I should have wrote some questions down.
Oh no, it's good, man.
No, fucking.
That's
I don't know, because I'm just trying to figure out which direction I want to take.
And that's the thing is like I feel like I've only done like 2 other interviews really, where people were, because you know most of the time the interviews I set up are for somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really be. I think about answers to questions for the artists I'm working with, or you know just like. Like PR, you know, you want to kind of coach somebody up ahead of time so they know, you know, kind of have an answer formed in their head of the question that they're going to get asked. Because what you realize is working with artists, a lot of the same questions get asked at each radio station, at each, podcast. It's like the same kind of set of questions for artists. But then for other people, it's like you said, like you don't really know where to take it because people don't know that side of the music business. They just only know what they see on TV.
No, that's a fact.
Right?
So it's like with me, like I don't know much about it, but I know you do so much. So it's like I don't know which lane to take to ask you. So that's more what I'm stuck on right now. You know what I mean? Since you brought up the PR stuff.
Yeah.
With that, like, firstly, how long have you been in that, bro? Like,
I mean, more or less since about 2011.
Okay,
I would say in a lower capacity at the time, just because I was brand new. Like, I just really got thrown into a situation, just because, like, just building relationships with people just kind of put me in a spot where I was like, oh, snap, I can do this. Like, this is something I can do. And it really started just... like 2010, 2011, I'll say like 2011, 2012, I started doing road management with this artist that's actually from out here that my pops was doing security for their group.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
It was really kind of simple at first. It was just like really I would started out like literally just taking photos for his social media, right? Because he didn't have like a personal photographer or nothing, and we was just friends at the time. And then went to a couple shows, and it just kind of blossomed into like I started going on the road with them, communicating with DJs, sending out EPKs to different promoters and stuff, getting it booked, wherever it was, from Reno to out to Chicago to Houston to Seattle. We was all over Denver, Portland, like real moves at the time. Like Instagram was kind of on the verge of blowing up. Like Facebook was still like the popping thing at the time, but Instagram was like right there. They hadn't really even let out the video side of Instagram yet. It was a lot of pictures. Yeah. No stories, none of that. Bro had like 100K following, and at the time that was like having 1 million. You know what I'm saying? Having 1 million, that was like that's what everybody wants, right? As far as that social shit goes. He had like 100K, and that was just kind of like the clout. You know what I'm saying? That's all niggas needed to really just bounce around and make moves however we needed to, and just learning on the way, really. I soaked up information from everybody that I knew more than I did. Yeah. Because that was one thing I couldn't ever, like, put myself to, is, like, pretending that I knew something about this industry that I didn't know when I really just didn't know. So everybody I talked to, I'm like, hey, man, anything that you... And it's one of those industries where people don't really want to give away their secrets. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of what I realized, and that's the commonality between that industry and the other industry that I'm in, the construction, like plumbing, like the blue collar industry, service industry, is that it's all about relationships. Because the people that you know in the music industry, like, your word is everything. So if you bring somebody in to your crowd, if they're a prominent, successful group of people or whatever, like that have some kind of pull somewhere in whatever, market they're in, if you bring somebody in there, that's your word on them. So if they're not up to par, now it makes you not look as good. Yeah. And that's where it correlates over to the other side, because it's the same thing. We're like, if we're a contractor and we bring in a plumber, and the plumber doesn't do a good job, now it makes the whole company look like, you guys aren't up to par. Yeah. So that's what I realize is that's like the main commonality is just relationships. Yeah. But I've been doing the PR thing for a while and kind of got off track there, but
that was all needed. But go ahead.
It's just it went from that, like doing the road management thing, coordinating with DJs and security and payments and back end, all that, to me being alone in LA doing my own thing, trying to build a network. Really, I started engineering out there. Shout out Seven Corner Studios. Raj really gave me a shot. Like 6 months actually, really engineering for people, and that kind of put me in a whole different mindset as far as like, it was writing camps for Rihanna going on, where it was like majors like Exit 21. It's a group from New York, writing stuff, just everybody writing for other people, and I never experienced that in the music industry either. So that was just a whole nother world I got opened up to, doing that. And it really made me think again about doing the engineering, because there's a dude in there, like, been an engineer for 25 years, man. Not really going anywhere with it, just recording. He had credits and stuff, but he wasn't really getting, like, any type of recognition, any type of, and it might have just been the way that he was projecting it, but it didn't even seem like he was happy doing what he was doing. You know what I mean?
Why do you think it was like that?
Honestly, I feel like he wasn't getting paid enough. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what people get paid
in that
individually. Yeah. I kind of, there's a general knowledge of like engineers are underpaid for sure. Yeah. But it's like, I don't want to be in a situation where I'm doing that for 25 years, 30 years, and it's like I don't even reap any benefits of it. Because then it's not really a passion. Now it's a burden. Like, yeah. You might love something that much, but if you're doing it that much and you can't make a career out of it and make a living at least, like, unless you just have just a gang of money sitting around and you don't need to make any money, then of course. But ain't nobody spending 80 hours in the studio a week and not making no money. You can. Like, financially, you just can't do it. Yeah. So I did that. Man, just research, music industry research is really like YouTube University, I call it. Like, I real life went to 4 years of college and learned more in 2 years in LA just watching YouTube videos than I did in the 4 years of college. You know what I'm saying? It's wild. But then I just started a PR agency, TC Enterprises, Connect Enterprises, because really I feel like that's what I've been doing this whole time, is just making connections, building network. And now I have like a ever-growing plethora of people that I can reach out to for different things and just network, and I can provide value to them, which is my goal. Like, I want to be able to say, like, I can bring you this, which will help in this way, I believe, Mm-hmm. And that way I'm not trying to take from somebody. Like, I don't want to ever feel like I'm taking and not giving. Yeah. Not providing, but I also don't want to. In my head, I don't want to get on this thing where I'm giving to people in expectation of something, because I feel like a lot of times that kind of throws off your blessing. It's like, you only doing this because you want something back. Well, really, I'm doing it because I feel like it'll help, regardless of whether I get something back from it or not. Yeah.
Just want to see people eat.
Yeah. Everybody got to eat. Yeah. And that's why I say, like, the Waka Flocka thing really hit me, because it was like, here's a man who grew up with nothing, and got an opportunity, made a lot of money, and now he understands like what it really means to have a lot of money and what it really means to not have nothing, because he was able to go around the world and see what it really was to not have nothing. versus not having anything in America, which is a little different.
Yeah.
But by all means, I can't say like, oh, I grew up in the worst of neighborhoods. Like, that's not me at all. But I've been homeless before, as an adult. I know what it is to struggle.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like a lot of us do, and I feel like that's also what can keep us all together as far as just motivation and, like I said, just helping each other out of just being a kind person. Like, not expecting, like, you hit me at 3 a.m. and you drunk and shit, you need a ride home, like, I'll give you a ride home, and I'm not going to expect you to pay me gas money. Like, if you my dog, I got you. You know what I mean? Regardless.
Yeah.
And I hope that's what I can really, like, instill in people is, like, the connections I make are legit connections that are based off of love. Like, yeah, it's business, of course, but unconditional love for people in general, I feel like is big, That's just...
Yeah, you need that because there's a lot of people out here that's just money oriented, bro.
Yeah.
Just straight money oriented. You can catch that. You can catch that vibe based on meeting them and having those interactions, bro. So I completely understand. It's just like, because we dealt with that. We dealt with that. We gotta discuss that, but we.
Some people, that's all they worry about.
Yeah.
Which is also,
Yeah.
It happens because of whatever happened in their life,
Exactly. So it kind of changed their perspective on things. So, I mean, I get it. But that never been me. I mean, I never been me myself. I never geared myself to just thinking money, money, money. It's always been passion. Yeah. It's always been love, you know what I mean, for things. So you saying all this stuff, I identify with 100%, bro. Like, not to the fact of the music shit. So it's like I'm learning a lot of shit. Like, just about you, even though I knew you for so long. It's just like, bro, it's just like it opens your eyes, you know what I mean, when you actually have conversations with people, you feel me? Yeah. Damn. Like, bro, that shit's just dope, bro. It's just like, I don't know, like right now in your PR thing, not trying to have all your business out there, but how many artists you have so far?
Really, one main artist,
okay.
City Sean.
Yeah.
That's the main artist that I'm working with right now. I believe in him. I've been believing him for a while. Even before I really knew him personally, I heard his music. We met a couple times while I was working with the other artists, but it was just always like a San Jose thing, You could just tell when people have a certain love for somebody and respect for who they are, whether they're at the top of the game or they're not. When you're around people whose presence stands out and people come up and they know who they are, it's something about that that you can really feel when that person walks into a room. And I've always felt that with City Sean as far as like him just being an artist, and he's a really low key dude too. Like, he don't really be out like that.
Yeah.
But whenever he come in somewhere, you see people that know he there, they come up, say what's up to him, or whatever it is, and it's the words. You know what I'm saying? He's been around for a while in San Jose, and people really gravitate to his motivational message as far as like just keep going. Like we said, like that's always his thing. It's always been his thing. Like, keep going. And
that's funny as hell because it's like for y'all to connect the way y'all connect, and we went to school together. Like, I know you knew that later on. Yeah. Bruh, it's just like I knew him then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not like I was like hanging with him all the time, but I knew who he was. He knew who I was. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like based off of me kicking it with his brother, Tyree. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good friends with his brother.
Yeah.
So it's, you know what I mean, it trails backwards.
Oh, like Tyree with Carrick.
Yeah, bruh.
I'm a living legend, man.
Bruh. That man was so nice, dog.
Yeah.
He was so nice, bro. But that's just testament to injuries, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It happens.
Everybody take L's.
Yeah.
It's just how you bounce back from it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, no, but that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's already a known, he's a known figure in San Jose regardless of anything else. Like, everybody know Trax a Million, of course. A lot of people don't know Trax a Million from San Jose.
Yeah.
People know Trax a Million all over the Bay Area, but they might not know he from San Jose. But you hear City Sean, like, if you know who City Sean is, you know he from San Jose. And that's the organic growth that we trying to go for as far as with the community outreach and all the things that we're talking about. It's just really being San Jose based and understanding that, like, the core of your your fan base or your market has to come from right where you are, because without that, like, everywhere else might hop on later, but like if you don't have that, where can you go from there really? Because that's like, those are the people that really fuck with you. If they fuck with you, they gonna really fuck with you. Other places might only fuck with you because they see that those people fuck with you.
Yeah.
And that's where you gotta. That's my theory on how it works with when you're gaining.
No, you're right, bro. You know, I mean, I heard that same thing from different people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like different artists from interviews I heard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the term they use, cult following.
Yeah,
but I mean,
yeah,
it works. You know what I mean?
It does work.
Like,
I would say core fan base more than cult following.
Yeah,
but that is a term that is used.
It's needed. So basically, long story short, it's needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's that foundation for the house in the metaphoric
Exactly.
sense. So I get it, bro. It's like same thing with this. Like we got a core following. It ain't as big as others, but we got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but that's
and we
the organic
appreciate
part.
them, bro. Yeah, for sure. It's just like hosting events and stuff, and we have like the same people damn near. But we appreciate them, bro. We just it's always love, you know what I'm saying? So I agree with all that shit too, you know what I'm saying?
Real.
You know what I mean?
Because that's, when it comes to people showing up for you, the only way you're going to get more people to show up for you is if those people show up the first time.
Yeah.
And my boy Anthony, actually, shout out Blue Collar, he big business out there in LA, big entrepreneurial spirit, like started the company when he was probably like 19. This was like 2010, working with the artist Mike DeRoe.
Okay, yeah.
But Anthony AP, man, it's just the way he thinks is just, he always sees the bigger picture, you know. And I always notice that about him, but for those same reasons, it's just like, damn, I lost my train of thought. Just like that.
You probably think about something else, bro.
Yeah, what? I just completely lost why I even brought him up in the first place.
No, you just...
Other than he killing it.
Yeah.
He ain't killing it, but... organic growth is just... He literally started by himself doing videos, and then he got a couple other people to believe in him and understand what his bigger vision was.
Mm-hmm.
And now they started working together, and then they just branched out and just kept branching out, and you know what I mean? It's consistency.
Yeah.
Crucial.
Consistency is the thing that kills people. Yeah. It was killing us for a while, but yeah, we're working on that.
Cool fan base.
Yeah. Shit. Fuck.
Yeah.
All this information, all this stuff, just like, I just feel like it was great, and it was a lot of questions I wanted to ask you answered. So it's kind of hard. Like, where do I want? You know what I mean?
My bad.
No, bro, you do not have to apologize for that, fam. Never have to apologize for answering questions. But fuck, that did kind of throw me off track because I had them in order.
I just get it. I get to rolling, bro. I don't know how to stop sometimes.
No, that's all podcast is, bro. Bro, that's all it is. Internet radio, fam. Man, if you rambling, it's the best. Like, especially if you talking about something like that people can use, especially this episode, because it's like we got people that do music and stuff that we had on before, and just hearing different aspects of it, especially from your perspective, and you're not an artist, and you see the other parts of it. It's just like it's eye opening for people, especially if they're not on that level as. You know, Sean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, yeah, and it, by no means are we, like, you know what I'm saying, anywhere near where niggas want to be. But I feel like, he's earned he, by himself, has earned a certain, amount of respect as far as what he's done and the things that he's accomplished. And I'm not trying to ride his coattails at all either, but I just feel like there's a certain area of this business that I feel like is untouched as far as, like, I wouldn't call it white glove service, but really educating people, whether it's in the music industry, I mean, artists, of course, like educating artists on how to actually turn their passion into a career, from learning how to create a business, making themselves an entity, registering their music, you know what I'm saying, getting songwriting credits and getting registered with the right, affiliated with the right agencies.
Okay.
All that I feel like is very important that people are wary to share. It's almost as if they don't want to give this information to artists because then it takes away their secret or their leverage or whatever it is, because a lot of people don't understand how it works. So it's like they take advantage of their lack of knowledge and turn it into a money-making opportunity, right? Whereas I'm looking at it like I want to educate these artists so that they're prepared to be able to provide for not only themselves but their people. Because if you look at what streaming is, like Craig White, he said it the best, really. I don't even know if he meant it the way I took it, but he has this, I don't know if it's a song or his album's called Live Forever. I think it was a song. And he had like Guap Dad on the beginning, like just doing a little intro. And he said, like, it must suck not to live forever. And it's like, if you think about it nowadays, the only people that really are living forever are the people that put stuff on the internet. People that create streams, whether it's a podcast, a song, a YouTube video, whatever it is, that stuff's never going away. Like, and music, especially if you have kids and you put out music now and it gets any type of traction at all, that if you set it up properly, like, your kids are gonna be getting paid from that when you're gone. Like, that's still gonna be something that they're gonna make money from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're really living forever. Like, you're providing for your family even after you're gone, which is, I feel like, the best. Like, how could you even have any worries in life if you know that once you're dead, your family's still taken care of?
Hence the company name. I ain't want to throw that in there, but
family money. Yeah, no, that's, hey, it's real. It's a real life scenario for a lot of people, and I feel like people don't understand it. And it's not just about music. When it comes to family money, like, that's such a bigger statement that we can't even begin to, the amount of content and work and just logistically how much it would take to get the message out that we really want. It's gonna be a marathon. Like, you can't expect this to happen in 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 years. This is 20. This is a generational commitment, and that's what we're trying to instill as far as family money goes. You know what I mean? Because these are generations we trying to affect, not just ours. The next one, then that way they can affect the next one.
Man, who are some of the people you, based on how you talking and stuff like that, who are some of the people you, like, looked up to, for like a lack of a better term? Who are your idols growing up? You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, that's a crazy question again, because, I mean, I don't know if it's because I'm a Gemini or what, but, like, I feel like I live 2 different lives. Not just now, but, like, growing up. Because, like I said before, it was just football for me, like, from age 10, 11, like, football, all the way up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been a huge fan of music. So, like, I listened to all the Jay-Z, Nas, like, that was, Blueprint 2 is my favorite album, Gift and the Curse, all day, every day. Like, people say Blueprint, yeah, that's cool. Like, that's classic Jay, but, like, Blueprint 2 is my shit.
Yeah.
Diplomats, like, all these, that's hip-hop, right? Music. But as far as idols go, like, I ain't really... I didn't have no idols, I just kind of lived my life, and it wasn't like my family wasn't super religious. My dad got real religious after my grandmother passed, but like I only went to church when I was with my pops. Sometimes he didn't even make me go, so I was at the house playing whatever video games, Assassin's Creed, practicing whatever.
Yeah.
But as of probably 2010, 2011, when I stopped playing football and actually started to learn about life after college and how things work and how the world works. I mean, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad thing put me on a whole new level as far as, like, business is concerned and how to look at life being an employee versus being an employer or an investor or, self-employed. I mean, I just read all types of books, bro. I don't even know where to start. I read the Gary Vee books. I've read, more recently, I read How to Win Friends and Influence People,
Okay.
Dale Carnegie.
Okay.
Which Warren Buffett said was like his first book. He actually paid $100 for Dale Carnegie, not book, but like they have like packets of like life improvement type of things.
Yeah.
Back then, that's what his was that book that you could buy on Amazon for $4 now.
Yeah.
But, man, just really just opening my eyes, and it's crazy because being in LA alone, like really put me in a whole different mind space. Like I was depressed for a while, like dealing with some dumb stuff. But as far as people that really that I looked up to, I mean, I try to make my circle the people I look up to. You know, that whole idea, you hang around 5 millionaires, you'll be the sixth, or you hang around five of anything, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be the sixth one, or you're going to be a culmination of those five, right?
Yeah.
So I just really, there was a point in my life where I just had to decide, like, I need to change my circle, I need to change who I learn from, who I listen to, who's putting information into my head, and it's been like, I don't even... Nobody ever really asked me that. Like I said, I don't get interviewed, but nobody ever really asked me like who I looked up to. Of course, like I could say my mom, my nana, right, my dad. Like these people are in my life forever, and I wouldn't say as much as I looked up to them as I just learned a lot from them. But I also learned a lot about how brainwashed America can have people, you know. But it's not bad. It's just like they just are okay with how this part of the world works, you know?
I agree.
I love my mama. She's happy working a 9 to 5. She's happy having a roof over her head. Like, she was content with all of that. But there's downfalls to that.
Yeah.
My pops, entrepreneur, don't want to work for nobody, only does his own thing, only wants to control his own stuff, right? There's also downfalls to that. So I feel like it's just a combination of just being back and forth, learning two different sides of life, taught me to not really have idols, you know, kind of believe in God. Obviously you want to believe, but like kind of understand that like that's all that really matters at the end of the day is your family and God. Like whatever's happening is gonna happen.
Yeah. If
I'm supposed to go right at this light, one time we was going to LA, city was like, hey, you gotta make a left here. And I don't remember how. Like, I don't know if I missed it or if I wasn't paying attention or my Google said something else. I didn't go. I didn't make the left, right? I went straight. And then later on, he's like, see, you wasn't supposed to make that left. Because we ended up taking some other road and getting there still at the same time. But he was like, you weren't supposed to make that left. I was tripping like, man, I was supposed to get off right there.
Yeah.
But if that's not what was supposed to happen, then that's not what's supposed to happen, you know?
Yeah, I feel that. Still got to the destination, just took a lot longer.
Yeah, or it's just a different route, you know? You don't never know what could happen at any point.
That's true.
So
very true.
It's but idols aren't. Gary Vee is probably the best person to say that I learn from on a consistent basis now, only because the things that he says, like, there's just gems I try to pick up from everybody. I went to the Shark Tank thing a couple months ago.
Damon Jones?
Not the Damon Jones. It was actually real estate, but who's the other one? David something?
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. I don't know his name, but I know you're talking about.
I think he's like Jewish.
Yeah,
the nice. He's like the only nice one on there, not Mr. Wonderful or whatever. But the other guy went to a little thing that he had in San Jose here off Tully.
Okay.
And I hit different little seminars and things, and I just try to get gems from people that I know more than I do.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's not any one person, you know, or even a couple people that I could say like, oh, these are my idols, or these were my idols, because I didn't really have any. It was just like, you are your own competition type of thing.
Yeah.
You know? What's his name? Matthew McConaughey said his idol was himself in 10 years. So then 10 years came, and they're like, who's your idol? Myself in 15 years.
Yeah.
And that's who his idol was for his whole life, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that honestly, bro, it makes sense because it's like, I understand why we get along. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't know if you saw, but from a distance or whatever, but I was kind of like on that same mental thing somewhat. I mean, I did a whole bunch of young, dumb shit too, but it's like, I always handle my business for the most part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Until I get to a crossroad where it's like, do this or do that, and I always did the young dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like,
go
I
to
completely
work or go get these bottles.
Yeah, and I'm in Bevmo or at some fucking goddamn liquor store, just looking around.
That's where the scene
like
cut. And you
this.
just
all right, yeah.
we getting drunk.
Yeah, so it's like shit. That was always my thing, bro. So it's like I understand what you're saying. It's just like just working hard and doing that thing consistently. Not having really an idol myself. It's like as I got older, I started looking onto people based on the things they've done. Like one of my biggest people is Master P. That is my biggest one, just based on the fact of his crossover, the fact I did sports, and I also wanted to get into multimedia, and he literally did all that. He started with multimedia,
Innovator.
and then he fucking goes to the NBA at 29, bro. It's like that's just a whole different mindset, bro. It's like. It's like
do anything.
Yeah,
Literally anything.
Yeah, literally anything, bro. And that's why I said lack of a better term, because I don't like the word idol, just based off of my religious background. It's just like,
you can't
thou
say
shalt
that.
have no idol.
Yeah.
So I didn't really want to say that, but it's like
There's no real other way to put it. Like people, there's just influential people that you look.
There we go. Somebody else influential in your life. You know what I'm saying? But which is a different question in itself. You know what I'm saying? You can answer that a different way. So but yeah, it's just like, bro, it's just I always had that same thing, just competing with myself. It's just like, bro, before I had to like move to Mopeace and stuff like that at Spencer House, and then the whole, you know what I mean, lineage and all that stuff. But before that, bro, I used to be at that school 24/7. You know what I mean? Like even when the school was closed, bro, I was just at the track, fucking run the bleachers and shit like that. It's like, but the thing was consistency on not eating.
I just got hungry too.
Hey, bro, I was working out, but like stamina in the workout was there, but it's just like the fucking self-control, bro. I was always eating, dog.
Man.
So it's like, I promise you, bro, I can like relate that into different things, and the point I actually want to make, I lost that motherfucker, so I took the lesser point. But no, bro, I swear, I believe that there's a reason why you meet people and you gravitate to people and stuff like that, and the fact of the similarities are here. The fact of you don't know as much as what I'm doing versus I didn't know as much as you doing. I'm seeing the similarities right now, and just like I just think that shit is so fucking cool, bro. It's just like you doing all of this stuff and branching out and venturing and getting your business, man, getting your businesses. I'm sorry, getting your businesses like to a higher level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I always thought it's like out of all of us, we was always gonna do something. I just felt like it was gonna take me dumb long because I was always everywhere. Mentally everywhere. So, bro, I always knew it's like you was gonna do your shit because you was always on your shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just always, bro. Like you was just always on your shit. So it's just like I always knew you was gonna do something grand. You know what I mean?
That's love, though, for real.
No, for real.
Shit, I feel like just being instilled from a young age, just understanding like even when you don't want to do shit still got to get done.
Yeah.
You know, my dad, stepdad, military. You know what I'm saying? Navy, Air Force, uncles. I think it was a Ranger, something like that. Like it's just real strict male presence in my life as far as like what was expected of a man. You know what I'm saying? And it's just handling your business was like just you gotta do what you gotta do whether you want to or not. You might not want to get up for this 6 a.m. workout, but if you want this is what you gotta do. And just going from that, and then my mom is the most loving person in the world. Like she make best friends at the line at the grocery store type of you know what I'm saying, like that type of love for people in general. So it's just two ends of the spectrum, and I feel like just so many things line up in life when you open your mind, open your heart to just not necessarily everything and everybody, but when you've found yourself as far as like who you are as a person and what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to compromise on and what you're not, I feel like that's when you really start to click and get in your zone of like what it is your life purpose is, you know, like what your goal in this world is meant to be. And I really think mine is educating the community on just things that I feel like people are not educated on it in terms of school and traditional elementary, high school, like college, like the thought process behind all of that is just, I feel like it's already outdated and we just aren't there. You know, we don't recognize it yet. And mainly speaking to the black community, honestly, like, I mean, Hispanic, Asian, white people, everybody's included in family money, really. And again, I ain't done shit, bro. Like, end of the day, I feel like every day I wake up and I'm like, damn, I gotta do more. You know, have businesses, right? I'm growing businesses on one end, and then the other one I'm like slowly growing businesses, but I still feel like I'm not doing enough. And I just think it the only way to measure it is just by other people's success around me. That's the only thing I can see to like say, okay, maybe I am doing something right. Like the barbecues, right? Or like we did the backpack drive last year. We did a great backpack drive with Breezy Excursion. Right there in Alameda, gave out like 100 and something backpack, just over like I think 105 or something, 100 backpacks though to kids that needed it for school. We're doing another one end of August or mid-end of August. But just helping people and educating people on the things that can help their lives or maybe their kids' lives even go better, or just give them a head start, or just give them, even if it's one piece of knowledge that they didn't have before, then I feel like maybe I helped in a way, you know? That's like, I don't know. If I did have a goal, that's what I would want people to remember. Like, oh, Tristan taught me that if I start a business, I can get tax write-offs on all of my, you know, I can buy a car through my business, and now I don't need to have a huge car payment and worry about my car breaking down. Like, my car can be a tax write-off for the business that I own. Now my car is paid off, and I didn't really pay for it because I would have had to pay all that money in taxes. Or like, I mean, I could go on for days about just little things that I've learned over the years that I feel if people just knew a little bit about, they would be more in tune to or inclined to go actually do more research on it and really educate themselves on how to help their family.
See? This is why I don't have questions.
Because I just keep going. Because you keep going. I'm sorry.
You keep shooting all my things down ahead of time, bro.
Damn.
I know teachers and coaches was mad at you. Like, you was always at the next step. Like, Tristan, slow down.
That's facts. We're not on that step yet. Get back over here. Do this step. I'm like, man, I did that one already. I
get that.
Nah, it's real though, bro. Man, talk about influential. When I learned out, I think I've told you this before, but like when I learned what life insurance was, like when I really learned what it was, like I got my license and everything, like I really bought into it, and I still do believe in it. It's like the most powerful vehicle you could say. Grant Cardone, you know who that is? I don't know. Grant Cardone. He's like one of the biggest salesmen in the world. They like, if you ask, like, again, this is now we on the other side, right? We on the blue and white collar side, right? People know Grant Cardone's like one of the biggest salesmen ever. Millions and millions of, he probably is a billionaire by now. I don't know. He's on jet and all that. Big old GC on the side. He said that the key is finding the right vehicle. Like the key to financial freedom. The right vehicle. A vehicle is business. A vehicle is whatever's making you money.
Yeah, finding your niche, basically, yeah.
So, real estate, stock market, you know, all this stuff. But I really believe that the right vehicle is right in your own family. Because I've done research on certain life insurance policies that you can literally create your own bank for your family to where you don't even need a Wells Fargo. You don't need, other than even then, you don't even need them for card transactions, all that stuff. Like, there's literally ways to fund your entire family by yourself, or not even necessarily by yourself, but with the right steps. You can literally have money put into an index universal life insurance policy and have that money eventually pay for your kids' college while at the same time paying for their rent, while at the same time saving for their kids' college or a car or a house or whatever you need, and take the money out as a loan to pay yourself back on your own terms with your own interest rate. The same way a bank would, but on your terms.
Fam, you gonna have to school me on this one.
And I can't.
Not now, but I mean,
I'm telling you, anybody that wants to know or look it up, Indexed Universal Life Insurance Policy, IUL. If you have a properly funded IUL, literally 20 to 25. Now these are long-term vehicles we're talking about against. But again, think about our generation having kids right now.
Yeah.
1-2 years old, right? If they do it right, literally by the time their kids are ready to go to college, they're not gonna worry about, am I gonna have to buy a car for my kid to go to college? Who's paying for my kid's college? I'm not, I went to college. I feel like I didn't learn anything personally because I didn't take it the right way. But college is still a great thing for if you know what you want to learn and you know how to get into the right classes to make money after college, right? That's where college is good. College is not good for somebody like me who thought he was going to keep playing football
the whole time
and got a history major because he just thought, okay, well, I can pass all my history classes. That's easy. Business minor a business minor is a business minor. It helps, but it's not smart. It's not the smartest way to go about college, you know?
Yeah.
And again, my mistakes, I feel like, are the reason I'm going to be able to help people learn how to do it the right way.
Exactly.
So, again, Index Universal Life Insurance Policy. I'm telling you, if you got a kid that's 0 months to 1 to 2 to 3, if you start a policy now, by the time they go to college, they're going to have a car that you can pay for cash and then pay yourself back on your own terms, bro. Like, house on your own terms, pay yourself back. Like, it's real, and this is what white people have been doing for 400 or 500 years, and that's why we so far behind as a black culture. Yeah. Because 1, we're skeptical. We don't believe in this type of stuff. Yeah. 2, just uneducated. So if they don't, or that should be 1. 1, not educated, and then 2, the people that are educated a lot of times are skeptical about it because it's like, there's no way that's real. Yeah. But it is, and there ain't no way other for black families to catch up, you know, like as far as net worth, you know, average family net worth. They say black family net worth is projected to be at like $1,000 or less by 2030. Like right now, it's I think $1,700, something like that. 17,000, not even maybe 17,000. Don't quote me on that because I don't remember. Yeah, but no, basically, pretty low. It was like average white family net worth, $117,000 or something. Asian family net worth, whatever. Hispanic family net worth, whatever. Black people at the very bottom. But it also, there's just so many other economic reasons for that. Yeah. That had to do with us, our ancestors being brought over here, slaves, slavery, versus like Chinese, Asian people, even Hispanic people that come here. Everybody that comes here from somewhere else has credit in their other country. No. So they come here with good credit already. Whereas black people start out with no credit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And not educated on credit.
Well, I mean, as well as that, we shoot ourselves in the foot by fighting and feuding with each other. So that's one thing we got to realize too.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of.
Yeah, it's plenty of reasons.
Arguments or reasons for why things are.
Yeah, but I mean that's too touchy to touch right now. You know what I mean?
We don't gotta go that deep into it, but it's just crazy to me how much education is out there now that people still don't take advantage of. Like I said, YouTube University, like everything is free on the internet. Everything is free. All the knowledge is there. It's about whether you want to go get it.
Man, YouTube is my best friend. Like I said on my boy Michael D'Angelo, New Material, shout out to him.
Oh, yep.
You know what I mean?
I know him.
Yeah, I was on his I'll say 3 episodes ago because he dropped another one. So I was on there talking about my catering business, country desserts and stuff like that, and anyway, I was just talking about my country desserts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we was just basically talking about the same exact thing, man. Just how fuck, what was my point? That kind of
D'Angelo.
Michael D'Angelo, I was on there, we was talking about fuck, what we was talking about right before this shit. Because it correlated.
Oh, just educating people.
Oh,
YouTube
yeah.
University.
YouTube University, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
About how YouTube has just been fucking so influential in my life. Like, especially like in 2016, I tore my ACL, my meniscus and shit.
Yeah.
Bro, I was just on YouTube. Like, I already had the idea to do the podcast and everything, but it's just like the understanding and the know-how, just like to get the surface level off. Like, I wanted to learn the high-end shit. Like, and that's why I wanted to go first, because I'm that type of person. Like,
best or nothing.
Yeah. And honestly, to attach my previous point that I forgot, bro, exactly how you said, how you just learn from people that's better than you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just, bro, I used to work out with y'all, like, and I know I was nowhere near on the strength level as y'all, and y'all knew that too. It's just like you knew, like, bro, I'm trying to get there. Like working out with Joel's, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Man, like you already know what that brother was like. You know what I mean, in the gym. Yeah, so it's just like I constantly like worked with people that was always better than me. Even just like when I was back at home, my boys and shit like that, it was the same exact thing. So I don't know, but YouTube, bro, is just like they've been helping. Like I'm learning the code off YouTube right now.
Hey, C#?
Really?
That's what you talking about?
Yeah.
C#?
Yeah.
Coding stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I'm learning, but I'm not that well into it. To when it's just like I learned abbreviations and fucking nicknames. So I was just crazy. Like, really, like I've seen that, and it's like, damn, you already know that too, fam. Like,
got to, like you got to.
Yeah.
Hey,
like,
you know
cool,
Idris?
You keep impressing me right now.
Idris.
Album?
No, not Idris Elba. Sandu. Idris Sandu. Dude that was working with Nipsey. Man, another dude that opened my eyes to a lot. He said, just him talking about like coding and how like he was going into college classes speaking at college universities where they were learning HTML still. And he's like, why are people learning HTML? Like that's like learning how to send emojis. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like having a touch phone with the do text where you got to hit the 3 buttons and hit the button 3 times. It's like there's a reason that they keep people dumbed down because they don't want them to be on the same level, because then they're gonna start doing stuff better than the government already. You know, so it's like they've been having drones. And drones are just now becoming like a thing within like the last maybe 2 years. Yeah, the government had drones since the 1980s, like 90s. That's a fact. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's really, and it's crazy because they say like, war really is the reason for all of these technologies to being out. GPS was created as a war tool to be able to track people.
Shit, the highways was used for military.
Exactly.
Like, it wasn't even built for us.
So as much as people really do hate war, like war is the reason we have the good technology that we have today, because everybody's trying to do better than the last. My bad.
No, do
Yo.
you?
Yeah. Yeah, my bad. You need the key. You need the button. You gotta come up and grab it. Alright. Alright. Huh? Alright. Bye. My bad.
No, it's all good. You want to finish your point? Or you want...
No, we good. That was it, really. Just, that's like you said, learn how to code is just like the next step. Oh, but that's what I was saying. Idris Sandu, talk about influential people. Another one, he said the next generation of world leaders are going to come from Africa because they're exposed to the problems that nobody else wants to fix. and out of necessity, they're gonna come out with the next biggest innovations in the world. Because if you think about it, the artificial intelligence is like the final frontier for humans. Like what's more than that other than just create utilizing resources differently.
Yeah.
Because once you have computers teaching computers, there's no like what are humans needed for, you know?
Fuck.
Hey, no, I kind of went deep right there, but that's real life. Like it's another person that I listen to, and I hear what he's saying, and obviously this kid was, I say he's a kid. I think he's like around our age, but he was like 17, getting an MIT offer, like full scholarship offer to MIT, and turned it down to help people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those type of people you can't help but at least take what they're saying and consider it as real knowledge.
Yeah, like, good information for sure.
Yeah. But it's all context at the same time, you know. Everybody's story is different. Every piece of advice can't really be used for every person.
Yeah, you gotta pick what's relatable.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I think the whole thing about going to different seminars and just picking gems and just listening to people and taking what I think will work for me and adding it to the rest, like almost like a Rolodex of good advice, you know?
See, not to mention your boy, but I mean, the biggest person that I've seen that has, because everything for me is sports related, bro. They always come back to sports, but like,
that's
Kobe.
Life. That's the life. Hey.
That's why I said not to pick your boy,
the GOAT.
Kobe, man, he's probably his whole career doing the same exact thing, bro. It's just like picking moves from Paul Millsap, Al Horford, Zebo, like Jordan. Obviously, he picked like 75% of Jordan game and was like me. You know what I mean? Like, but you just picking game up from everybody, bro. And it's like most of the good players and the smart players and good entrepreneurs, they do that. Like, you learn things from other people and stuff like that. Yeah. So I just think that's just something, when you hear people talk and you see how they move and then they're speaking that way, you can tell they got a bright future. You know what I'm saying? They're going in the right direction. Right. Like, even if they have to adjust and go somewhere else, you know they're going to be successful in some endeavor. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's what you hear. The more you talk, you hear that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure, bro. It's like, fuck. It's like, fuck, bro. Like, you definitely going to get it. You know what I mean? Like, whatever place you're going to get to, that's where you're going to be. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And that's just being exposed to it is you know what I'm saying, is the key, I feel like, because I never understood it, but for the longest, my pops used to be like, I would rather hire somebody that's got 10 years of experience over 6 years of college, right? Mm. I'm always like, while I was in college, he's telling me this, so I'm like, man, you know, I was talking about, like, college is good. Man. College is a good thing, and it is a good thing, but exposure over education is what I heard from the same dudes. Adrian Sanders, like, you can be exposed to something and understand it a lot more than if you just read it in a book. You know what I mean? Being exposed to poverty and living in, you know, walking through the streets of impoverished places will have a lot more of an impact, and you'll probably remember a lot more of that than reading about third world countries in your history book. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
So imagine it. Hello? All right. I'll be right back.
That's all good, man.
She said, I gotta go pee. All right, we back on. Man, I wish I would have. I got this pen though. If you trying to smoke this pen,
it's up to you.
I ran out of treat right now. I'm salty. Like a bowl and a half in there, maybe. Oh yeah, I got a little something. We'll crack a bowl afterwards. But yeah, man, that's really my life.
You get paper, so I'm in chewing on this.
What's up?
Trash ass gum.
Oh shoot, you just throw it right in that bag right there. Yeah. It's garbage, yo. Alright. Nah, man, that's really all I've been on though. Like, real life, this family money thing is going. Got a lot of stuff coming up, merch. music, all the above. Traction Million, City and Sean, and Traction Million got a project coming out. It's fire. I'll play you some shit after this.
Oh, for sure.
I'll play you some sleepers like Joe Budden style, you know what I mean?
Hey.
Sleepers. The sleepers is going crazy.
And the crazy shit about it, like, now that you mention it, is it kind of feels like we're doing the same exact thing. We haven't done it in a while. Like, like with the vibe review, like the podcast, like we're not just doing the podcast. Like I do vibe reviews. Yeah. We do like encounters where it's like we just fucking kicking and shit, like our barbecues and shit we had. It's like we're doing a bunch of different other things. Now we're finna start doing these pictures, like just going out taking pictures and shit. Cause all right, so
pictures.
What like so? Yeah, it's 3 of us that record. Like one of us is like West Makes Progress. So I'm just tell it to you like this: the way I envision the podcast is almost like 85 South, but it's not quite because of how they started and where they are now. It's not as similar because at first they had that was me. At first they had Clayton English on the thing. You know what I'm saying? His like he's funny. You know what I mean? His energy is not at the same level as Chico. Like he's more of a low demeanor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these live shows wouldn't have been as cracking with Clayton. You know what I'm saying? Because his demeanor's lower.
Energy level is just not there.
Yeah.
As far as like for a live show.
Yeah.
Production.
And that's just my opinion. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. It's just to me, from the outside, it just looked like they really start hopping off when they got Chico.
Yeah.
But so basically, back to my original point. Yeah. So the way I envisioned it, at first it was supposed to be just me and Jay. You know what I'm saying? Jay the people. Because we had a great dynamic and based on the situations we've been in together and apart from each other, the shit is like hilarious, bro. Like the very first episode, we talk about how we was in Los Gatos and Jay got slapped by this white girl. Bruh, the shit was the funniest shit in the world, bruh. Because he's like not to prey on the shit. Yeah, not to prey on it, but he was just like, he's like, you always ain't shit anyway. That girl slapped him so fucking fast, bruh. When I tell you, she has the fastest hand in the West, bruh. I'm telling you. Bro, she was at the hip. Like, I was probably like from me to like where your front island is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just looking or whatever across the bar. And this girl just like, foul. But it was no one in there because we got there super fucking early. So it's like, the music playing, but you can hear everybody and everything, you know what I'm saying? And you hear the slap, you hear him like, yo, it's shit anyway. Foul, you hear all of it. And I just like power walk over there and like, hey, woo.
Chill.
Like, do not get us kicked out of here, bro. Like,
like damn, do not get us. Bar and Grill ain't even open anymore.
Yeah.
They just, actually, 2 of their bartenders just came over to the spot that I be at on Friday nights.
Okay.
Over in Santana Road.
Okay. You can mention it if you want to. Shout out Rosie's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out Rosie's.
Anyway, but yeah, bro, fuck all guys, Bar Grill, bro. That shit. I never liked that place like that, but that was funny. But yeah, it's just like
based on backhand or was it like?
No, bro, it was like wow, like that.
Gun back right in the holster.
Right back, real quick. I was just like, oh shit, that shit was. If you would have blunked like a long blink, you'd missed it.
You missed it.
You'd have missed it. She hit him so hard, so fast.
That's crazy.
But no, that's just an example of what I'm saying. It's like we just have different experiences. That's how it started off. But then we put Wes on. You know what I'm saying? He joined on and stuff like that. He younger. You know what I'm saying? Wes 22.
Oh, okay.
So our dynamic now, you know what I'm saying? Well, next week I'll be 30, so it's 30-year-old, 26, and a 22. You feel me? So it's
nice. That's a good little 4 years, every 4 years.
You feel me? So it's like, it's basically every era because you know how they said music changes, 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, about something like that.
If you think about it, that's different eras of music, different mentalities, different understandings.
Yeah, for real.
And that's why I just was like, we need this to keep going. You know what I'm saying?
And so, three is a good number to have, like, because you know what I'm saying? If it's just 2 people, then it's kind of like it's almost like not an argument, but it's just like back and forth.
Yeah.
For a podcast, that can get kind of redundant.
Yeah.
But if you got 3 people in there, then it's like there's a dynamic where, 2 people might agree on something or think the same, and another is off, or everybody might have all different opinions.
And what's so dope about it, Wes didn't play sports. like he did, but not really. You know what I'm saying? Like
so he got a whole different view,
whole different perspective.
Man, that's
to where
crazy.
me and Jay, like we actually could have played 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
Together.
Together or apart.
Or
like
apart,
I could have played either sport though, like football, basketball.
Oh, you're saying like
just to the level.
He
like I could have.
Trying to
he wasn't even on that at all. Like he was just being a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I was just doing his thing.
Yeah. So to where in Jay, he played high school. He went to a solid high school, middle of nowhere.
LaSalle?
No. He went to. All right. So Jay's from Texas.
LaSalle?
Nah. Jay's from Texas.
B is from Texas. My bad. Go ahead.
No, you got it. Fucking. So yeah, his parents was from SoCal. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And he moved down there when he was, I think he said 14 or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then he went to end up basically going to high school down there and shit like that. Yeah. So that's pretty much happened. Yeah, and then ended up going to San Jose State, like around your later years up there. But anyway, yeah, just a brief.
Yeah, no, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah.
But that's like my whole envision. You know what I'm saying? It's like just having different dynamics in different areas and different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that.
Different experiences.
Yeah, different experiences. So it's like you can have any kind of experience. Any kind of fucking experience with us, bro. Just all over the place. Especially like if people knew who I was prior to my mental meltdown, like
you said my meltdown.
No, I'm dead serious, bro. Like my mental meltdown, like bro, I lost it mentally, like for a long period of time. And honestly, bro, I'm actually glad that I'm back to a more comfortable, stable place. Cause, bro, like
this was when, like
this was, bro, like
2013, 14, 15.
No, this was like when I was trying to get to Iowa, bro. Like this was. It was like during that time period. So it was like...
Oh, that was like 11, 12,
that was
13?
Like... So 10, I'll say 10, 11, for sure, I was going through it, like, mentally, you know what I'm saying? Cause
that was right after, that was like right after I was done at City.
Yeah.
I think you had one more year, right? Didn't you play one more season after that, or no?
No, we were supposed to be done at the same time, and that's what started the whole bullshit, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So it's like, it's... Not getting all the way into it, but just like I was going through a lot of shit, and mentally I was like it was fucking me up. You know what I'm saying? So I really kind of had a meltdown, or whatever during that time, and I don't know, bro. It's just like
you need that though.
Yeah,
I mean, in a weird way to say you don't need it, but
no, you kind of do. Everybody has to hit the floor, bro. Like you have to hit the floor once because you got to know how to get up.
Got to take those L's.
Yeah, and I mean it's like with me, I was like raised at the floor, and I never knew I was at the floor. You get what I'm saying? It's like growing up, like, bro, my first 3 years in life, we were homeless. Yeah. First 3, like, bro, I'm 0, 1, 2, 3, homeless, nigga. Starting at the floor and not knowing you're there, and then when you actually get out into society, fam, it's like, bro, that's why I was saying, it's like, that's why I was so erratic, bro, because I didn't understand. Like, y'all had more of a foundation. Like, Jesse had his parents, but not really. You get what I'm saying?
They was there, but they wasn't really there.
Same thing with you. It's like you had your parents, but not there. Really. You know what I'm saying?
We was on different levels. We was just, they didn't realize what was happening.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, I had my moms, but not really. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just flying off the rails because it's like now, I didn't know how much protection I had from my mom. You feel what I'm saying? From the shit she was doing and the shit she taught me. I was handling my business, obviously, to get out here.
But she was hiding a lot of stuff from you.
A lot of shit.
To protect you.
Which should have been learning experiences for me.
Exposure.
So I pretty much had to go through all that shit out here. And, again, having that meltdown, doing that retrospect, you know what I mean? That good scope in the retrospect, you feel me? And it's like... you realize and you learn, get those experiences. And, you know what I mean? That's what kind of led me to doing this. You know what I'm saying? It's just like putting those experiences out there, especially like I was really guarded. Like the only thing people really knew about me was just partying and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And because my mantra for life is people don't want to help, they just want to know your business. Period. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, damn, that's true a lot of times too. It's crazy, but yeah, man. A lot of people don't want to help, they just want to know what's going on.
So I mean, that was just the thing I went through, and
like you said, everybody got to go through. I think it's like I said, it's it's bad to say that you need it, but
yeah,
you need it because I mean I left it. I did my whatever you want to call it. I went through all that when I was in LA. Like that was really when I had the worst times of in my adult life. I would say like literally sleeping in the car with the dog type of thing. Like it was out there, and it wasn't even like I was too proud to ask for help, or at the time I felt like I wasn't. You know, I would say I was like, oh, I don't need help, but like I feel like I was halfway ashamed because I needed help, and then halfway prideful because I knew I didn't need help. I was just like feeling sorry for myself type of thing, like just stuck in a situation where you don't know whether to give up and go back home or to like really say I'm gonna do this, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of had like this moment where I realized going back home doesn't mean you're giving up.
Yeah,
right?
just refocusing.
Yeah, I came back home and got busy. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I came back here, I've been doing nothing but winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I took a lot of L's in LA. A lot, but I also learned a lot in LA. I got a lot of experiences. I connected with a lot of people that are still like, I would consider them good friends. They might not even consider me a good friend. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, my experience with those people, I see positives. You know what I'm saying? I see learning experiences. I see opportunity, right? And they say like a true entrepreneur takes every opportunity and finds the growth in it, or not necessarily. They don't always say growth, but like it could be
it fits.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like the positives in that opportunity and how to make the most of it. So yeah, I mean, being down don't mean nothing but you going up, right?
You're gonna get back up.
Man, that's what I remember. My mom's came out one time to LA to see me. She was crying. And I think it was halfway because like she never saw me high before, and then half because she knew that like, and it wasn't even like at a time where I was down bad. It was a good time. I was handling shit. So she was like, she was crying because she knew that like I didn't need her help anymore. Yeah. But it was also like my baby not a teacher. He's not a doctor. He not what I thought he was gonna be. And I think that. Another thing there, Gary Vee always be saying, like, parents will project their own not even failed, but like what they want from you so that they can talk to their friends and their coworkers of, oh, my son or my daughter does this or whatever, right? Yeah. That's what they project on you because that's what they want to be able to say about you. So it's like they see something in you that you might not even see in yourself because you're like, I don't want to be a heart surgeon. Like, why do you want me to go to medical school? Mm-hmm. I know people like that. They're in medical school because their mom said, like, I want you to go to medical school. Like, okay, but like that person might want to be an artist and paint string, you know what I'm saying, acrylic paint on strings all day, like, or whatever. Like, no, you know what I mean? And that's a big part of it too. I think is in the black again. I don't know. I'd be always trying to bring stuff back to the black culture and the black community because
we need as much knowledge as possible.
Exactly. I feel like we've been withheld so much for so long. Like our people in general just haven't been expressed or exposed to what they need to. Go ahead. Kick it with just been exposed to so much, or haven't been exposed to stuff for so long that it's like we have to take every opportunity, every chance we get to learn something new. To take advantage of something that another ethnic group has been using for a long time, or whatever it is. Because otherwise, we just going to be
repeating the same cycle.
Like this. Yeah. Spinning our wheels, not doing nothing.
I mean, fuck. We probably could talk about this shit all night long, but we got to cut it somewhere, fam. And,
man.
So, I appreciate you for allowing me to come in your space, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for coming on, having this conversation, dropping all these love nuggets, you know what I'm saying? Because this love, man, this all love. And the only reason I say love nuggets because that's the wrong fucking word. I could have said jewels. But, bro, I say it that way because we want to see what's best for us. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Especially myself, and I hear that from you. So we want people to be better. You know what I'm saying?
All day,
I'll just drown out the love nugget shit.
I'll
I'll drown it out with good words. You know what I mean?
It's all
But no,
love,
fucking
bro.
yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. I swear I do. Like I really do. And this has been a long time because we've been talking about this for probably like a month now.
Yep.
So.
No, we for sure gonna get into some other things because now that I know like the basis of what you're trying to do and put together, I could reach out to a lot of people and get them out there and
for sure
at least put them on your radar to see if they could slide through or do whatever to get them on here.
I appreciate that.
Because that's what it's all about, the connection, bro. I'm telling you.
Hell yeah.
Team connect.
Hell yeah. Hey,
my God.
Make sure y'all check out my man's stuff. We're gonna have all the information on the thing. It should be scrolling or it could be the next clip. I'm Kountry K. It's my man TC, Tristan. You know what I'm saying?
TVision.
TVision.
_TVision. You know what I mean?
And it's been Experience Podcast. Peace.
Nice. My guy.
Yes, sir.